welcome to the Intentional Passionate Entrepreneur. My guest is smiling at me. He can't wait to talk. He's the founder of the company called Konnex. And let's welcome Oran Sharif. Oran, thank you so much. It's such a privilege to have you here. I know you don't have much time, but I would like you to hopefully, to share who you are and what you do to our audience, please. And hopefully you can inspire them with your message. Go ahead. It's your show.
Sure. Thanks so much, Gemma, for having me. I really appreciate it. You look absolutely amazing. So, yeah, my story, how I started Konnex, a lot of people have seen this online, but I was like everybody else, looking for a job when I was 24, 25. I didn't know what I was doing in my life. And, I picked up the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill when I was 26, and it completely changed my life. And everybody that's been watching me now know my story, but I would definitely recommend getting this book, Think and Grow Rich. Because of this book, I went from working a regular job into running a successful tech company. I was actually able to turn my annual income into my monthly income after reading this book and meeting my mentor, Bob Proctor. He completely changed my life.
Wow, that sounds really powerful. Um, and it seems impossible. But I know I have the Think and Grow Rich as well. And yes, everyone, to those who's listening, get this book. It is so powerful. But how, I know we shouldn't say how, but, how long was the journey? How consistent were you with reading that book to change your, your life from an ordinary job to running tech companies?
I was very consistent. I got to tell you, Gemma, it's very difficult. And a lot of people who are thinking of an idea right now probably know what I went through. When you've got a big idea or a dream you're chasing after, you're going to get a lot of people that are going to say no to you. In particular, your parents, most likely. It's going to be either your mom or your dad or your family, and your closest people will most likely try to discourage you from doing what you really want to do. I love my family a lot, but they didn't understand what I was building. I understood what I was building. So the advice I would give to young entrepreneurs would be, don't listen to the naysayers. Listen to that voice inside and believe in yourself, what you want to do, and believe in the idea. And I think in one of the chapters in Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill talks about having a mind tightly closed to the outside world. You have to make sure you protect your inner thinking. Don't allow outside circumstances to affect your inner thinking.
Yeah, and I think that's very, very true because even your loved ones don't really get what you're trying to achieve, and it's so disheartening, and it is quite hard to not allow them to affect you. But how did you deal with that though? When they say, that they're your family and you love them, how did you deal with it?
Well, honestly, and I was a victim of this myself. As much as I tried, I think for a period of 3 years, I really was running the company very well. But after some time, I started to listen to some of these people saying I couldn't do it. And I started to doubt myself. And after doubting myself, things kind of fell apart for a little while. But I realized that I was doing it to myself. So having a mind tightly closed to the outside world is difficult to do if you've never done it before. But I think as long as you hold the image in your mind of what you want to accomplish, that's what you should pay attention to. You should just hold the image in your mind of what you want, and you really just cannot pay attention to what anybody else thinks. And most of the time, they're not even thinking.
Yeah, yeah. And plus, they're not doing the thing that you wanted to do. So it's surrounding yourself with the right people. How did you do that? Did you surround yourself with the people who can support you achieve your vision? Is that what you did? Or actually, um, were you technical? Is that your background? Because now you're in the tech. Have you
Yeah,
always
I had a technical background, but to answer your question, it is difficult when you're first starting because you're stuck in an environment with the people that are at your level currently, and you're moving in a higher level. And if you look at what Bob talks about, he's got a graph of an arrow pointing up towards a goal.
Yeah.
You want to go here, but physically you're here. So the trick to doing this is to mentally see yourself in this level at this goal, and then eventually your environment will change and it will bring itself up. But
Yeah.
I saw myself up here, but I was living down here with the people down here. So it's difficult because you want to listen to everybody down here. So
Yeah.
yes, surrounding yourself with the people who are at this level was very helpful. And in order to do that, see yourself the way you want to see yourself in your mind,
Yeah.
and you will attract the people at that level. That's what I did. I saw myself with the vision of Konnex in my head. And because of that reason, I attracted Bob Proctor into my life. I attracted Tony Robbins into my life. I attracted some of the most successful people in the world because I saw myself like that. But before the training, I didn't see myself like that. I didn't really like the person I was. And because of that reason, I wasn't able to get better results. So I think Bob told me, but you can never outperform your self image. So the key to this is building a new image in your mind so you can have new results.
Yeah, self-image, building the winning image for yourself is really, really is powerful because I can relate to it when I was feeling like a victim or hopeless or bored with unfulfilled with what I was doing. And then when I shifted, and I know it's always very difficult to stay in that moment, in that vibration, and especially there's so much noise down here telling you that you can't do it, doubting you, um, and you become unpopular and you lose friends. I lost so many friends here because they didn't understand where I'm heading. They didn't understand my vision. Is that something that you did as well? Like kind of ignored some of them because I did.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
difficult thing to do, but yeah, to answer your question, I think that's the toughest thing is what people have the problem with is just everybody else telling you not to do it. And the
yeah,
problem is they're
yeah,
just not on your level of thinking. I think that's what I found. I've coached a lot of people on this, but I think the biggest issue is people aren't thinking on the level that you're thinking about. Like not you specifically, Gemma, but whoever's
yeah,
watching this,
yeah, exactly.
don't pay attention to those people.
Yeah,
So think those thoughts that you want in your head and don't change your thinking because your mom told you
yeah,
something, your dad told you something, your
yeah.
friends told you something. Just stay focused on that goal in your mind and hold that picture and see yourself the way you want to see yourself. And you really cannot listen to anybody else. If I listened to everybody else, I wouldn't be running this company right now.
Yeah. It is. It's quite. Yes, I used to get upset that I've left a lot of people behind because they didn't understand where I'm going, or they were putting me down because when I did, and sometimes I can't avoid it. I start listening to them, and then I stop doing what I want. And like you said, I start doubting myself, and I was like, okay, I'm not gonna do it then, and then I'm not happy because I could see myself there, and why the heck am I listening to these people? And now, when I made the decision to do this online summit, I just made a decision. This is what I want to do. I'm gonna put some entrepreneurs together. I don't know the how I'm gonna put them together, but you're right. I attracted all the people, and thanks to Jackie, she recommended you, and I was like, wow. I said, Jackie, I want inspiring people. I want people who are passionate about what they do. That who's got messages, who's got some stories that they could share and inspire the audience. And thank you so much for taking that time because I know Bob Proctor. He's also my mentor, and I didn't know anything about personal and professional development. I didn't know about mindset. But guess what? I had that book, Think and Grow Rich, for a long, long time before I met Bob Proctor, and I've always been reading it, and I always knew that I want to be there, and I'm heading there, and it's quite amazing because I didn't have the courage to be able to speaking to people before or even approaching them, but now I seem to be in alignment with them, and then whenever I share them my vision, they understand it. So it's a different level of people, it's a different environment that you're now, so not that you've surrounded yourself. So I guess that's something that happened to you, is now you're in a different environment, and those people are now supporting your vision, um, and now that's why you're living it, your dream or your vision. That's fantastic.
Mhm.
Is there anything else that you would like to share the audience to inspire them at all, Oran?
Yes, I'm going to say two things, and these people should probably write this down. But I found, and I want to touch on what you said about your courage, Gemma, this courage that you built in your mind. The reason you're even able to do this now, and you correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's because before you saw yourself as maybe you're not able to do the speaking, but now you thought, I want to do a summit. So you're thinking on a higher level. You're thinking, I want to do something bigger. I want to go after something big. I want to do public speaking. And this courage that you're talking about, it just comes from your thinking. So you develop this courage because you thought of the idea in your mind. And then once
Yeah.
you're able to see yourself actually doing this, the
Yes.
courage just appears and
Yeah,
it
it
just
just came.
happens.
Yeah. And sometimes it amazes me. I was like, wow, I couldn't do this before. I couldn't even approach anyone because I was too afraid to approach them. But now when I send some a message and they understood and they're in alignment with what I'm doing, with my objective, and it's such, I feel so humbled. And I do appreciate them so much that they want to entertain me. And like you, I was like, and it's amazing. There's so much love and support out there. I'm not afraid. I'm becoming bolder and asking for, hey, can you support me in this? And I'm being vulnerable as well as courageous, asking these experts to support me. And it's amazing how much um, generosity is given to me, supporting me to put this summit together. So no, I'm so grateful. Thank you so much. And I've been doing some workshop on Saturday morning, sharing them about mindset, sharing them about forgiveness and all these things that we've learned from Bob Proctor. And it's such a priceless skills or tools that you can use in your daily life to be able to achieve your vision, to be able to reach your goals, isn't it? Yeah, do
Mhm,
you agree with
mhm.
that?
I agree with that. And it's just so interesting. I think we're all grateful, Gemma, that you decided to do what you're doing right now. This is a good thing. I'm glad, so honored to be being on the show with you and watching your greatness arise too. And so I think at the end of the day, it just came down to a decision, which your
Yes.
life is full of decisions. So I
Yeah.
would even recommend if anybody's interested to look up Bob Proctor, decision making. It's a very nice article. Before I met Bob, I personally did have a problem making decisions. I would make them very slowly and I would always go back and forth. Do I want to do this? Do I not want to do this? But
Yeah.
after reading that article, you'll find out that successful people make decisions very quickly and if ever change them. Unsuccessful people take a very long time to make decisions. So that's something you want to
To
try.
change
I would
maybe their
highly
mind
recommend.
so quickly as well. Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. I highly recommend looking at the decision article by Bob Proctor. It will really help you. It helped me tremendously. I was
The
able to
same
make
here.
quicker
I would
decisions.
actually
I
share
could make
it.
decisions on
Yeah.
I could make decisions on hiring people, on firing people, on making investments. Everything just got much, much quicker. So I think decision making is something whoever's watching this, definitely go read that. That helped me in a huge way.
Yeah. Yes, because when I made a decision to put this summit, and I was like, do I have the time to do it? But now everything is falling into place. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. There's only one bit, and then everything is kind of attaching and it's getting completed. So you're right. That decision, I made that decision, and I didn't change my mind. So I'm just following it up and doing all the mechanics to get to the results where we can distribute all these pre-recorded interviews and start inspiring more people around the world to give them to show them that they have potential, to show them that irrespective of not knowing what they want yet, they will know what they want once they start making a decision to change their life, to
Hmm.
improve their life, to have more joy and
Hmm.
fulfillment and happiness and financial freedom, isn't it?
Hmm. Hmm.
So is there anything else that you would like to add?
Yeah, just to follow up on that, I'm sure right now there's a lot of people watching this video and watching Gemma and watching me, and maybe you guys are thinking about, I want to do this, I want to do that, and maybe you're currently stuck or working in a job. But just understand, as long as you hold this image in your mind of what you want to do, your circumstances that are happening right now in your life, they will change as long as you have a burning desire and you have faith that it's going to work out. So if you're one of these people that are working a job and you really want to become an entrepreneur or live your dream, the only prerequisite Bob told me to achieving a goal is, do you want it?
Yeah.
That's it. That's the only prerequisite to a goal. Not the money, not the connections, not anything else. It's, do you want it?
Wow.
That's it.
Yeah.
And I found that a lot of people don't pursue their dream because the number one reason, I'm going to say, is money, the lack of money. I
Yeah.
really wanted to do this, but I don't have the money. I can't do this. I wanted to do this, but I don't have the money, so I can't do this. I want to do this thing, but I don't know the person. So if this is something that's happening to you, just remember the only prerequisite to achieving a goal is, do you want it?
Want it.
So do not let money or connections stop you. See, if I had money stopping me, I wouldn't be running Konnex. I didn't have any money when I started my company. I was in college like a lot of people. I didn't have a large investment. I didn't have anything, but I did have the idea and the dream in my mind. And what does Napoleon Hill say in the book? Whatever the mind can conceive and believe,
The
it can
money.
achieve. And that's something that you can achieve too.
Yeah.
So I would go back and reread this book. It changed my life, and it has very powerful principles that you could use every day.
Yeah. Yeah. Those principles, yeah, they are very, very powerful. And that's amazing. Yeah. Like when I made that decision, I didn't have much money either. I didn't know how I was going to pay for all my coaching fees. But for whatever reason, I got the money. I just got the money. I had the money to uh, do things that I wanted to do because I made that decision. And I want it so badly. I want it so bad that if I don't do it, I feel like, I don't know, my life would be, well, it's pointless living. I just couldn't see myself working in a 9 to 5 and being happy. It's just not me. So it's amazing that when I decide to do something because I really want it, I just find the money. I've been getting money from different areas unexpectedly. And I even got a refund from a mortgage that I bought long, long time ago. I got a check from that came on the door, and I was like, what? What is this? I think it was like around £670 or something. And they said, check it if it's wrong or right. I was like, how would I know if it's wrong? That was such a long, 15 years ago. And I got a check or something. So it's amazing that, yes, you just start to attract all these things to you once you made that decision. And what if you really, really want it? And if it's coming from that burning desire, you have to be really passionate about it, because any little knocks, we get knocked down every time. There's so many challenges that we get to face every day, yes, when we're working towards our goals. And if you're not passionate about it, if it's not coming from from your inside, from the burning desire, you would just give up. Yeah, I think that's as simple as. So, Oran, thank you so much. I don't want to hold you any longer. It's such a this is so amazing to be talking to you. I know you're such a busy guy. And I'm so grateful for Jackie for introducing you. Like I said, when you get there, please don't forget me. I've got your recording. And is there anything else? How can they get in touch with you? They might want to talk to you and say hello. How can they find
Sure.
you?
So again, sure, Gemma. And again, we really thank you. I'm so glad you're doing this. I hope you continue doing this and following your dream. And I hope whoever's watching this too, watch this recording again. If you guys found something interesting in this, go back and replay the whole thing. If I said something that you found profound, there's many times where I watched Bob Proctor talk and he would say something and I would go back and I would watch it again. Even this book, if you go and you listen to what he talks about, Bob reads the same book for the past 60 years.
I
And you
know.
think, why would you do that?
Yeah.
And if you go back and you read a book a second time, sometimes you can find something in it that you didn't see before. So if you guys really enjoyed this recording, go back and watch the whole thing. And another thing I'd recommend, watch more of Gemma too. She knows what she's talking about, and I would
Thank
continue
you.
following her also. She's an absolutely incredible person. So if you guys want to find more information about me, go to the website, Konnex, and get on the platform.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Oran. Hope you have a good day, and I'll be in touch. Take care. Bye, darling.
Sounds good. Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you so much.